Hello everyone, welcome back to Flex Custom DIY or Flex Garage DIY. I rename it a few times already. My name is Mike. Today we'll be talking about a thing that happened to my bike just recently, and me as a person that have been riding a Yamaha Royalstar for a long time, being 8 years now. I consider myself very experienced with everything that happened to my motorcycle. I can proudly say that this motorcycle went to a proper mechanic only once, installing the saddlebags. But everything else I did on my own. I know this machine very, very well. But what happened the other day is, as I was speeding up, getting hard on the throttle, the bike engine just shut off suddenly. And after I turn off the key and switch on again, everything was back to normal. Once I go above probably 50 miles an hour, 70 kilometers, the bike suddenly start cutting off and then turning off the engine. So my thoughts was, in the first place, I thought that maybe I'm out of fuel. I checked, I had fuel. So then I tried to get home, and the first thing I check is this knob right here. If you turn it on, if the fuel goes through with the pressure from here, because sometimes here it gets stuck, but this was okay. So then I checked the hose, everything was okay. Then I get back to the filter. Now, right here behind the middle cover, the under seat cover right here, where the fuses are, next to it there is the fuel pump right here. And then inside here, let me light it up for you. Then inside there is located the original fuel filter, which is located right before the fuel pump. Now, back in the days, I changed the original one, and this was about 5 or 6 years ago. Now, today, I take off the old filter. Which old filter, surprisingly, was in a very, very bad condition. As you can see, this is some kind of a very thin sand. And you know, the funny thing about the fuel filter is that once I took it out, I blow it, everything was okay, it was looking clean. But once I open it, inside was the big dirt. Now let me explain. This thing is just like this inside here. So basically you see outside the filter, but what it actually the filter does, everything is from here inside. Like all the work and all the dirt, it contains here inside. So many times you may open the fuel filter, look it up, see clean, but this is actually the filtered fuel. The real dirt is right here. I will show you now on the screen a picture and a short video from my cell phone, which I recorded just right when I took this off. And I gotta tell you that most probably the problem was from my fuel filter. Tomorrow, first thing in the morning, I will change this filter and then go for a test ride. And I hope this fixes the problem. All right, guys, so it's a new day. I went and I bought the new filter, which is just perfect. Now I'm gonna be installing it, put everything together, and hopefully go for a test ride, see if this was my main issue. By the way, something worth mentioning is you always need to see which direction it's pointing your fuel filter. So the way the arrow it is, in my case, it's upside down. It's just right here. I don't know if you can see it. So the filter should be like this. The line from the fuel tank, it's coming, going in here, coming out, go to the fuel pump, and from there goes to the carburetors. Another thing that is worth mentioning is that these rubber hoses here that are coming out from the cylinders goes to the carburetor. Sometimes they get cracked, and sometimes they get cracked from the back side where you cannot see if there is a crack. Sometimes if it sucks air from here, the bike should not run smooth as butter, but it will be cutting and losing power and losing compression. So just have it in mind that if your motorcycle is not speeding up properly as you go hard on the throttle, it may be the issue from the rubber boots. I think they call them rubber boots of the cylinders. Just have that in mind. All right, quick time lapse, putting everything back together, and start the motorcycle. Alright guys, so we're back in the garage. If you made it so far to the video, you may already realize that we troubleshooting, we found the problem causing my motorcycle to turn off as I was going hard on the throttle. So the problem was the fuel filter. Now I just want to mention that the fuel filter that I'm using, it's PS842. This is the code number on the top. So anyone out there wanna buy the same filter, it will be easy for you to find the same size filter as the original one. Now, something that I wanna mention is that this problem may not be only on the Royalstar, maybe on a various motorcycles, different brands, different models, different years. So if you're carbureted, even if you're not carbureted, even if you're injected fuel, and you add a fuel filter, you may make a regular check. Something that I recently started doing is I put a reminder on my phone, as I did today, that I changed the fuel filter. So I put a calendar in about 2 years, reminder, check your fuel filter on the motorcycle. So it's not gonna happen that I'm gonna go for a long trip and this will happen on the road, because it will be complicated to troubleshoot it as you're on the go. And by the way, next video that I will be uploading very soon, it will be about me preparing my motorcycle and my luggage and stuff for a longer motorcycle trip. Along the years that I've been traveling with friends and I've been writing and hearing different stories, I've been taking notes about important things that you need to carry with you if you go on a longer ride. It doesn't matter if you're alone or if you're in a pack going with friends. It's important to be prepared for any kind of situation. Of course, you cannot be prepared for everything, but for most of the stuff and most of the stories that I've heard, I realized that there is some basic stuff that definitely you need to care to avoid any problems on the road and, you know, getting sunset, middle of the highway, a flat tire or flat battery, whatever, you name it. It's a difficult situation to deal with at the moment if it happens, especially when you're running out of time, daylight, and etc. So next video will be about this. Thank you very much if you stay until now. I think that's the wrap for today's video. Leave a comment below, like, share, whatever. Anything positive, it's good for me, good for the channel. I'm not uploading very often, but I upload when I have something important that may help somebody else. Only then I upload a video. Take care, see you next time.